ENT Media. Please subscribe.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello guys, welcome back again to our channel. Today's video we by girlfriend Laura give a story why her first man she married, why her first marriage crashed. Guys, keep watching. Before then, hit the red button there, subscribe, drop your comments and give us thumbs up if you like this video. See you guys next video and have a nice day. Thanks.
When you're 15 years old and you go and live, guess what happens? You're sleeping with your boyfriend. You get pregnant. So I got pregnant when I was 15 and went to Planned Parenthood off of Indian Trail. If you live in Atlanta, you know where that's at. And they got me the government insurance, health insurance. I had an abortion when I was 15. Then I got pregnant again and had another abortion when I was 16, almost 17. During that time frame, I had my boyfriend and I, we were together, and I had picked up the phone and a girl kept calling. Her name was Angie. It was his ex-girlfriend. And I finally picked up the phone and was like, will you please, he don't want you calling here. Will you please stop calling? She's like, oh, he don't want me calling. Well, you need to ask him what he was doing with me at the Comfort Inn last weekend. And I hung up the phone and I was like, oh, she's lying. She's trying to get underneath my skin. And he's like, what did she say to you? And I repeated it. And he was like, well, I'm glad you know now. I'm tired of hiding it anyways. And I remember my body went into shell shock. It went into shell shock that I went into the bathroom and I was vomiting like white. It was like crazy. And I remember looking up and I asked God, I'm like, God, please give me the strength to get over this. Give me the strength, because I was hurt. I was upset. I was crying. I was hysterical. He came walking in the bathroom and he was like, oh, Layla, get over it. Grow up. Grow up. What is wrong with you? Get over it. And I was so hurt and devastated. I had made a promise to myself that day. I said, God, if you give me the strength to leave this relationship, when you give me the strength, I promise you, I will never, ever, ever depend on a man again for the rest of my life. Ever. And so I grew up not having love from a father or a father figure. And if I did get love, it was conditional. I feel like it was set with conditions. Like, you cannot have a black boyfriend. You cannot listen to rap music. And then the one person that I trusted and loved, 15, 16, 17 years old, broke my heart. And it took me a long time. I didn't leave until I was 22. But the day I left, the crazy part, nothing had went wrong. There was nothing wrong. But I realized that day that I had to change. And that in order to change, I had to leave that circumstance, that situation. And everything I knew, everybody I knew was going to have to be left behind. And I promised myself, I said, you will not ever be dependent on a man. You will never in your life depend on a man for a roof over your head, food in your mouth, love, attention. Never, never. My wall went up. My wall went completely up. So there's always been a piece of me that can't nobody get to. I won't allow it. It's not even in me to give. Because when you don't have an example of how a man is supposed to treat a female, I never had it. You come out being hard. You like I will never give all of myself to somebody. I will never depend on a man for anything, for a car, a house, any, like, shit. You got me fucked up. And that's really how it started. And that's what made me boss up. You know, and to this day, I live by a rule, like, I'll never depend on a man. I'll never be broke. I know how to make money. Period. And I ain't got to take off my clothes to do it. That's me, though. I ain't got to take off my clothes. I ain't got to hustle nobody. I ain't got to get over on nobody. I ain't got to spread my... I ain't got to do none of that. Because I know what I got to do. And that's just kind of what I live by. You know, it's just... It is what it is. So for all the dads and stuff that's not in your child's life, or you don't set examples, like, I encourage you. I encourage anybody to step up to the plate. You know, I didn't have nobody. I couldn't even, you know, I couldn't even get a boyfriend. And then, I'm going to tell y'all this. When you're 15 and you have your first abortion and it's paid for by the government, I didn't have money. So I had to have an abortion without being put under anesthesia. I was wide awake, 15. And I remember the doctor being like, oh, you're doing good. And the nurse was on one side. Oh, you're doing great. You're doing great. And I hear this vacuum, literally a vacuum going up my vagina. Like a vacuum. The vacuum you run in your living room, in your bedroom, that vacuum, that's what it felt like. And I'll never forget, I got back to my boyfriend's house and I was in so much pain because he did not get the prescription medicine for the painkillers. And I'm screaming, and my friends were over and they're like, oh my God, she gonna make it? It was so painful. And I remember, to this day, I remember that the radio, it was like diagonal to me, and it was on V103. And I remember hearing a Jodeci song, Forever My Lady, came on. And there's this one line, so you're having my baby. And it's a love song. And I remember hearing it, and I was 15, and I thought to myself, why can't anybody love me like that? Why doesn't anybody love me like that? Why am I not special? Why does my own father not love me? Why does my stepfather hate me? Why did my grandparents, like, throw me out for having a boyfriend, like, that has, like, a different skin color? Like, I'm not exactly all white here. And that song made such an impact on me that I swore the only time I would ever get married is if Casey and JoJo sang me down the aisle to that song, Forever My Lele. And I was like, that was my, I realize now that was my healing. That was what I was using as a healing tool from that very, very traumatic experience. So when you don't have father figures, when you don't have love, that shit really fucks you up. And that's how I had to boss up. I was starting my own business. I worked 2 jobs when I was 17, 18 years old. You know, I worked 2 jobs. My boyfriend would come home and be like, you're killing yourself. Like, Layla, what? Like, you're killing yourself. Like, I'm doing what I gotta do. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something big. You wait and see. I'm gonna do something big. And the struggle that I had. So, yeah, that's why I became my boss. And anybody, any female that's watching this right now, I encourage you, if you're in a situation that you ain't happy, you know, or somebody's not treating you right, you leave. Like, leave. You ain't got to stay there. Don't stay there. Period. You know, you'll take a little dip, a dive down at first, but you'll rise to the top. You know, don't let no man control you. Don't let no man put you on the back burner. Don't let no man treat you like shit. Like, talk to you any kind of way, treat you any kind of way. Fuck that shit. And don't let no man have no fucking side chicks. If you know he's cheating on you, you fucking walk out, because you fucking gold. You fucking gold. You are fucking gold. That's the way I look at myself. I'm not no second fucking choice. I'm not no chopped fucking liver. Okay? Like, I'm a fucking queen. I make my fucking own money. I have my own company. I ain't asking you for shit. And if the only thing I want to do is be fucking loved, and you can't fucking do that, then you gots to fucking go.